Fish sex is weird.
Hello.
Weaving my dick in the wind.
We're just going to do a new Ween song title.
Hello.
Every episode as we go along.
Yep.
Good.
We'll work our way through that album.
Welcome to the Waving My Dick in the Wind challenged podcast.
The vertically challenged podcast.
Vertically challenged podcast.
For erectile dysfunctional people.
Indeed.
Feet
For
vertically
people
challenged Sam. Slightly less vertically challenged Julie. And not at all
vertically challenged Mike.
I'm a tall boy, apparently.
Yeah.
I grow fast. Well, not anymore.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. You do like the ocean, man.
Oh, I'm waving my dick in the wind. Oh, shit.
Just right up.
Double jump.
We're just gonna like make erection noises for the rest of the next hour, and then we just shut it off and I go and have food.
Oh god. So we've all been addicted to Ween is what you should take out of this intro.
Yes, if
Yeah.
you thought
We're struggling to wean ourselves off of them.
Hey!
Went for it. Oh.
sit the fuck down, Mike. I'm the funny one here.
Oh.
Stay in your fucking place.
Sorry, Sam. I'll be the tall one. You be the funny one. I'm so sorry.
And Julian's
I'll just-
brains.
No, I'll just provide the equipment for
Okay.
you to do your jobs.
I'm glad you see how it is. Sorry to point out.
Yeah.
There's nothing remarkable about me. It's just like, oh yeah, he's the guy who's got the mic.
Yeah, pretty much. Today he told me he wouldn't leave me this microphone, his
No.
will.
Really?
I was like,
No, I'm
"Come
taking
on,
it to
mate."
the grave with me.
Really?
Yeah.
But like, you're gonna have it in your coffin with you, or is it gonna be like a weird?
No, I'll just be like, I'll be
Pharaoh
holding it like someone like a member of a royal family holds like a staff or
Or like
something.
the orb things they always have in the paintings.
Or those,
Even
yeah.
though, like, what the fuck is
I'll just hold it like that by the side of my head.
The final episode of the Musically Challenged podcast is Julian's post-mortem and convulsions recorded. Just like
I feel like that'd
that'd be funny.
That'd be an improvement in quality,
Yeah.
I think, from the usual.
I'm just practicing
Exactly. For what?
for that episode.
Oh, I
No.
see. So, I think you should convulse all over the podcast right now.
I'm pretty sure we all did last week trying to do those like Bjork sample impressions.
Anyway, so I think you should convulse and tell us what you've been listening to this week, Julian.
I should convulse while doing it.
Yeah, please actually do that.
No, I don't want to see that.
No, I don't want to
It'll
break
worry
Sam's
me.
chair
Oh,
because
fair.
I can go fucking mental if I want.
How many
to.
RPM can you do when
He
you
can
convulse?
wiggle pretty fast.
I can wriggle like an
ladies.
eel.
Oh, hey.
Wriggle like an eel.
Julian is single, ready to mingle, and can
Single,
wiggle,
ready
wiggle
to
it.
wriggle.
He can wiggle it
Ready to
plus
wave his dick in
100
the wind.
RPM.
Oh god. Right, so I think
So yeah, I've been listening to. It's been a very electronic week for me actually.
ooh,
Um,
beeps and boops.
I played Mike one of Arca's new songs from his album coming out in a couple of
Indeed.
months' time. Weird.
You say a very electronic week.
I
Some
say
of
the
Arca's
only reason
songs, yeah.
most of Arca's stuff's very electronic, and there is
Glitchy.
still mostly electronic stuff on these songs.
Yep.
But he's like singing really like quiveringly and kind of operatically, and it's a bit creepy.
Which
and
is
the
new
album
for
artwork-
Arca.
Yeah,
and it
the album
puts
artwork's
me on
really
edge. I'm like a
Ooh.
bit.
No, I'm interested. What's
You-
going to happen?
I'm intrigued.
Edging the entire
but-
time.
Exactly.
Ready to blow.
So there's been that. I've been listening to a producer called Blank Mass, who forms half of English electronic music duo Fuck Buttons, who did some
delightful.
music
I know
for
that
the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember discussing.
They've got an album that they released in 2009 called Tarot Sport, which is very, very good, and you should go listen to that. And so Blank Mass is half of it. He's got a new album coming out called World Eater. It's kind of
Is he
glitchy,
the-
kind of arcade-y, I guess.
Julian, is he the button or is
Or is he the fuck?
Which one?
Is,
Would you
is
say?
God.
Blank Mask is fuck? Does
Bruno Mars
Is he gay?
That's a shout out
I
to
don't
Game
know.
Drums.
He's the one that... He's like the not Asian one. He's like the English half of Fuck Buttons. But yeah.
That'll make him a fuck, definitely.
Yeah.
Not to be like, xenophobic.
No, of course not. Why would you?
But you know.
But
I've also been listening to
What
Oh, go on,
do you
Sam.
know, Mike? Please,
You know.
please intrigue.
You know.
I'm intrigued. Please inform.
He's that half. He's that half of the fuck buttons, you know. That half. Sam, you've derailed it by putting pressure on me. I've got no content, and you know it. I've
have no content anyway.
I was going to say, for 21 episodes, I've had no content.
You're trying very hard to wiggle your way out of this hole without being extremely racist. Because you know it's going to be put on the internet.
I don't think we'd have done that album last week if we were that worried about that, to be honest.
I mean, there's racist, and then there's just covering an album. So, I think we should make, you know, clear distinction.
Yeah, alright, fine, you can have that one. So, I've also been listening to...
Time to be extremely racist and show,
I was going to say...
show Julian the difference. Let's go.
That's what I'm here for. I'm the minority you could make fun of. Not just the equipment.
Your
guy.
words, not ours. Your words, not ours.
I would never do that.
I know you wouldn't, Sam.
To a friend.
We're
I would
diverse.
never use a racial slur.
We have two extremely white kids and a Julian. So it's diverse, you know? One of the white kids has got ginger hair. It's diverse.
One of them's vertically challenged.
We have varying heights.
We've got a disability here. Vertically challenged.
Just a single one, not many across all of us, as it probably is. But you know, cover the
What the fuck
range.
are we even talking about?
I don't
I was
know.
going to
Julian,
talk
go
about...
back onto
I was going to talk
topic
about how...
fuck button.
Other than fuck was, I was going to move on. One of my... I was listening to The Orb again, because The Orb are one of my absolute favourite electronic acts ever. And they made possibly the greatest electronic song in existence, apart from maybe Aphex Twin's Window Licker,
Drones,
which is called Blue Room
which is called Drones by Muse.
Muse,
by Muse. It was released in 1992.
Yeah, that's
So,
when Drones.
The thing about Blue Room is that the version on their album that they released was 18 minutes long, and already it convinced me that, yeah, this is an absolute incredible piece of music. But the weird thing is that the original Blue Room single that was released actually holds the record for the longest song to ever make the charts, the singles charts in the UK. Back in the day, the classification as a single was any piece of music that was under 40 minutes.
Okay.
And so they released Blue Room in its entirety at 39 minutes 57 seconds.
Oh my god.
And it got to number 8 in the
they play it-
charts.
did they play it on
went
the
on top
radio?
of the pops. They had the music. They had
whole
3
episode?
minutes of it playing.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't perform those 3 minutes. They just sat at a table playing chess while the audience
Good
watched.
lads.
Great lads. And so that full 40-minute version is
Wow.
even better than the album version.
Okay.
And I've listened to that all the way through
That's
lots
a
and
lot
lots
of-
of times
that's a
while
lot.
programming.
There's albums that are shorter than that.
Yes.
There are many albums that
There
are
are
shorter than that
lots
single.
of albums that are shorter than that single.
Splendor and Misery is shorter than that entire song.
Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
it's like I've never been tempted to buy like a CD single before because the 40-minute version was very hard to find digitally.
Right.
But yeah, so I've been listening to that, and that was great. And then I've also been listening to some thrash metal that you probably won't like.
Yeah, probably not.
There you go. Band's called Power Trip. Got a new album out, so go listen to that. Yeah. Anyway, Mike.
I
Why do I know? Why am I
was going to say, actually, I feel like we should mix it up and let Sam go next.
Well, you should have just taken the reins and said, "Okay, I'm going to talk about what I've been listening to first."
Well, I couldn't because I've got food.
That's not my fault, then, is it? Come on, Sam.
Should I take the reins, or should we wait until Sam
No,
finishes
I'm
this
gonna
mouthful?
I'm going to put the sweets in my cheek.
Oh, like a hamster does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Sam's storing nuts. That's what we could say.
yeah, I'm like a squirrel. Just probably not smart. So I've been listening mostly to King Gizzard.
And the Lizard Wizard. Good lads.
Wizard, lizard, Eddie Izzard.
It's
All those
Lizard
things.
Wizard, not Wizard Lizard.
Yeah, you got it wrong.
Lizard.
You just said lizard twice then.
What's going? Yeah, they released a new album
Yep.
on Friday
Yeah.
called Flying Microtonal Banana.
Really want to listen to it.
It's good. I like it quite a lot. I wouldn't say it's as good as Nonagon Infinity, but it is pretty good. So I've been on a King Giz trip, listening to Paper Mache Dream Balloon today, and
Also playing us the title track.
yeah, which is so good,
It is quite good.
so good,
It's quite good, you know.
so good.
It's like a 7 out of 10, probably.
So
10 out of 10.
good. I need to listen to the album. I want to.
Exemplary 4 out of 10.
Damn.
That's high praise.
That speaks volumes. Yeah.
Is on the Simon scale, which none of the listeners will understand.
And also,
Not even
I
Simon.
don't understand it. Simon probably doesn't. You know, there's no need for context when you have a scale.
Yeah.
It's your turn now.
Mike, what
Yeah.
have you been listening to this week?
Thank you kindly, Sam. So, I've been still. I think I'm coming to the end of my massive Animal Collective trip.
It's still going.
I mean,
No,
it's
always
a
still
lifelong
going.
thing, probably. We'll see, hopefully. But, you know, I really dove into some of their best like EPs recently, and also the thing that made me fall deeper into Animal Collective this week was Deacon's latest solo effort.
Sleep Cycle, yeah.
So that was last year, Sleep Cycle.
Deep leaked.
Deke, he leaked some good music. I used to only like one of the songs on there, Just Am. And then I had a re-listen because I was getting into Animal Collective with their new EP last week and stuff. And I really got dragged in. Like, there was a song on there called Footy, and then there's the first one as well called Golden Chords, and they really dragged me in. I just... The whole thing is, like, really psychedelic and cohesive, and I really liked it. And also, shout out again to Full Be Kind. Such a great EP, some of their best work. Same with Water
Sounds
Curses.
like I need to listen. Oh, Water Curses, yeah, that's good.
Yes, but Full Be Kind is better. So, you know, it's really, really good. And it's so consistent. So I've been like, you know, I was in love with that at the beginning of this week. And quickly had a listen through the newest Dirty Projectors album.
Oh yeah, that one.
Should we quickly cover our thoughts?
I've listened to I've listened to all the stuff that came out on it as like singles in the lead up to it, and they're all kind of all over the place, to be honest.
Yeah.
I guess Cool Your Heart, the latest one's probably my favourite.
Cool Your Heart's
You
okay.
really like it.
I really like Cool Your Heart. It really dragged me in.
Okay.
What were you saying, Mike?
Carry on, Mike. With
don't
your
know-
points.
I don't know how those comments had any context with what was going on. Yeah, so Dirty Projectors.
Because you
I
were in, Mike.
really liked it. No, I didn't. It's hard to have my thoughts on.
Did you
Dirty
get
Projectors.
dragged in?
Uh,
Dirty projector.
no, not really. I just
It
thought
is
we should
all
cover
over
it.
the
It's all over the place.
Get a fucking washcloth. Clean
Exactly.
it off.
Yeah, it was decent enough, but there's only a couple of songs that I had like, you know, an opinion on,
Like
which
Ocean
is
Man.
probably, you know,
Ocean Man.
That one really took me by the hand, led me to the land. Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah, well, I've done my segment. The reason my segment takes so long is because you always interrupt it every fucking time. Every
Sam was
week.
interrupting me just now as well.
Fair point. Fair point.
Basically, I'm a bastard.
You're a heartless
You just wanted to
bastard.
interject with what you were listening to. That's why you
Yeah.
keep interrupting.
Ah.
Alright, we'll give it to you first next time then. Yeah.
And then you'll interject into mine constantly.
It'd be
Probably.
about,
That's
about,
what I'm hoping.
about damn time.
Yeah.
Get some
Can't,
revenge.
can't wait.
Anyway. So,
Yeah. What are we talking about
We
this
were
week?
also listening to Randy Newman. You've got a friend of me. That's a new meme song.
We had a pretty bonobo morning this morning.
I got up bright and early, was supposed to do work, and then I just sat in the lounge listening to parodies of You've Got a Friend
You
of
are a friend of me.
Good.
Me by Randy Newman, and also Ocean Man on two separate speakers at the same time.
And then Sam went to have a shower. He
And
put Ocean Man on repeat while he was having a shower.
Yeah.
Me and Ollie, who are part of this house, both grabbed a separate speaker ourselves and walked straight towards Sam's shower room, like bathroom door, and just fucking blasted Ocean Man. So he had like 3 versions of Ocean Man blasting at the same time out of
It
sync.
was pretty Ocean Man.
Yeah,
I liked it. I enjoyed
It
it.
was a hot morning. You got a friend in me. Sorry, right, I'm gonna stop now.
Right. So what are we talking about this week?
Loveless.
Loveless.
We are doing
There is less of love.
There's not much in here.
no love.
This is
Lost.
There's not much love, but bloody hell, there's a lot of guitars.
bloody hell there is.
It's a lot of
So,
foot pedals. So this is an absolute
Tell us
classic.
about looking at a shoe,
Yes.
Julian.
So My Bloody Valentine,
us-
Irish band, pioneers almost
They're
of
Irish.
Yeah, they are Irish.
of shoegaze,
You wouldn't think so.
Looking
that-
at a shoe.
that great genre that everyone takes seriously.
Yep.
where it's
Observing.
basically dream pop but with lots of effects pedals and it's a bit more noisy.
Hence the name shoegaze,
Because they're just staring at their feet and their effects pedals.
Yeah, exactly. The guitarists are just staring down all the
That's
time,
a
trying to
good-
work out what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
So shoegaze it is.
Observe a piece of footwear.
That's my favourite genre.
Observe footwear.
Observe footwear. I love that dream pop aesthetic that Observe Footwear has. Anyway, so yeah, My Bloody Valentine. This is their. Is it 91?
91.
Yeah.
Lots of great
91.
albums came out in 91.
I think 91 was
Spiderland,
yeah,
the Orb's first album, now you got this.
Yeah.
Argu- Argu-
That's 3.
That's a
That's
whole
three whole great albums.
That's a lot.
That's more than one and more than two. Not as much as 4, but
And definitely not as much as
pretty
5.
good.
But you wouldn't want to go that far. 'Cause
No.
that's too many.
I wouldn't know how to handle a year like that. I'd be like, woo,
I'll be thinking my standards are dropping.
woo. I'm glad I wasn't existing in 91, because otherwise I would have been like, woo. I wouldn't have been able to handle it. That's my major
Just
point.
like that.
Yeah.
Literally every time Mike gets any piece of work. Woo!
So yeah, that's how this album makes me feel.
This
Like-
album, I wasn't sure how this album made me feel at
Yeah, we had
first,
a discussion actually.
It is
about
just
this.
it's just 50 minutes of noisy, effects laden guitars
Goodness.
yeah.
and goodness.
We were
is
thinking of a way
just-
to describe it, and that like the album cover does a very good job of sort of summing it up, because it's sort of like a faded guitar, like a
You
picture
can
of a
just
guitar.
about tell it's a guitar
You
with the
can tell.
fretboards there.
Exactly, yeah, but it's like almost
It's so
covered in like
obscured,
yeah, it's so obscure. And it's
like
like
layers of
Yeah.
stuff.
it looks really, really sweet. Like
It's like
It's like you took a album and you radial blurred it.
yeah, it kind of
Exactly.
is actually.
You just
I see what you
everything
mean.
gets like
Radial blur.
wavy and indistinguishable. But it's
Exactly.
still good.
it's like trying to play guitars when you've been like dropped into like a vat of just like the sugar.
It's like chewing.
sugary
It's
stuff
like
that
chewing,
produces, like,
chewing
sweet.
through like really, really like sticky toffee,
Exactly that sort of thing.
and it taking ages to like get out of your teeth.
Yeah.
and, like get through.
So that's
it and
like
everything.
what it feels like
to listen to this album.
and it puts you in a like absolute trance.
Yeah, it's like a dream state that you're
Very
in.
dreamy.
Exactly, yeah.
You're just like,
Woo, man, flying around.
it's
Like,
good
woo.
when you're spending 3 hours on a train. Stick the earbuds in. Ooh, I'm not on this dirty train anymore.
I'm in weird, loveless land.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, this album's an absolute classic for
For basically
Basically,
inventing a genre.
yeah, inventing and defining a genre.
Observe footwear.
Observe Footwear, such a
Well-
strong genre.
Well done on inventing Observe Footwear.
And Kevin, all that taking a part of vacuum cleaners really paid off.
Yeah, good vacuuming sounds.
That's my applause to him.
Applause, indeed. So, like, even though the sound is so, like, fuzzy, hazy, like,
Yeah.
effects laden, all these things, it is still very, like, iconic for one.
Definitely.
That's something to say about this album, like, especially, like, the first track, the beginning
Only
of the whole
shallow.
album.
What a first impression this
I was
track
gonna
gave me.
say, that's the thing. So, it really makes you go,
Makes you turn into a fucking chimpanzee.
observing footwear makes you become a chimpanzee.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just look at all those effects panels like.
That's good.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So
I think what I like most about Loveless is the like vocals on it are the only thing which, although you can't really like, they almost like break out above like the sort of swamp of just like guitars and
Yeah.
effects
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. You have the sort of, and it adds to the sort of dreaminess of the whole album because it's sort of very high pitched and
Yeah.
just I don't know
So
wavy.
I don't think I know a single vocal
Hippie.
off this album.
No.
there is
a simple lyric even.
I
Exactly.
managed to pick out some vocals from the second track actually, Luma, where I think the vocalist is singing
Oh.
something about taking someone down to like lonely places or something.
Yeah, that's it. That's the few bits, like snippets, I can pick out, and the rest of it is more like just sounds.
Just sounds.
It is like
With the
that's
rest
what
of
this
it.
this album is like all about the texture of the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
There are some albums which are just purely about like we haven't like where the band is like haven't written songs as such, they've just made sounds and want you to experience it for hours on end. But like this combines like really interesting and, like you say, iconic, like
It is iconic,
layering of sounds with really memorable songs.
That's what I love. There's nothing really to like, almost nothing to like hold on to.
Yeah.
It's just
You just get
Which
lost
is
in
why
it.
it puts you in a
you
trance.
just get washed away by
Yeah, it
the
is.
waves and waves of sound.
Yeah, and
It's good.
the sort of weird, like molassesy trip it takes you on is like quite varied actually. Like there's some moments that are quite upbeat towards the end, for example.
definitely.
And shout out to the end track Soon, which brings you back out of this trance.
Yeah, the Soon is like it's the least like obfuscated and the least effect laden
And
song on
the
it.
reason for that is mostly the drumming that comes back.
Yeah,
in.
the
There's a
drumming is
fairly
the most
consistent
prominent
drumming.
as well.
There's, you know, something that is a bit more like a structured
And catchy
song, catchy thing.
Yeah.
So it sort of like brings you out of your trance. And I was saying to Julian, like, I was watching a movie called Office Space from the 80s, and the major plot of it is this guy's really hating his job, and then he ends up getting accidentally hypnotised, but his hypnotist dies on the spot. So, like, he then goes into work the next day and is, like, completely acting weird, and he just doesn't give, like, a fuck about anything. So he, like, just walks out of his work and, like, does whatever he wants, because he's just, like, weirdly hypnotised. And I was saying, if Soon wasn't on this album, you'd have a similar effect. Because you need something to pull you out of the weird, like, just
Trance.
weird trance. You just sort of stare into space like, ooh, weird tranciness. So Soon does that, and it's very, very good at it. I think it's a similar sounding to some of the bits they did a little bit earlier, just before this album.
I honestly haven't listened to any
I've
of their
listened to
other
a
stuff.
couple of bits. I know they've got like what's considered a really golden period, so I've listened to a couple of bits from there.
Right.
And it sort of ended with Loveless, this one, which is absolute classic.
Yeah.
And then they didn't do anything for
Yeah.
so many years.
Until
2013?
2013, yeah.
Yeah, where they reunited.
But hey,
But
let's just talk about this one because it's so
Indeed.
good.
I was going to say, so this one.
So what you were
That's
saying
so
about there being a decent amount of variety across the album,
Yeah.
I completely agree that there are different kind of sounds. There are kind of more introspective sounding sounds, like Luma, for example. It feels a little more like solitary. It's just because there are no drums on that song as well. It's just all guitars.
That's the thing. It feels all like one song, but at the same time, it doesn't get samey.
Yeah.
It has it feels like it's just movements.
Yeah.
That,
And some of the transitions
They go
between the
between.
songs are very good as well.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it will be like a smooth thing, and then sometimes it'll still be smooth, but somehow it will like interject something new.
Yeah.
I just found that something is interesting,
I would
especially with the first few
I'll
tracks.
point out the transition. I think from "Blown a Wish" to "What You Want,"
Yeah.
which is the 9th and 10th track towards the end of the album, where "What You Want" it hits you with like some actually really quite like abrasive guitar riffs right at the start, from the very, very quiet ending to
Yes, and Blown a Wish is quite upbeat.
Yeah, it is
It's,
absolutely.
you know, like I think it's really hard to say what this album is about. I mean, obviously, Loveless gives you an idea, the title, and you get a really good feel for it, even though you can't discern the lyrics.
Yeah,
And you know, I mean, the song titles help as well. Things like "Blown a Wish" would be upbeat, like, you know, appreciating a bit of random love that you got from somewhere.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Actually, as you say, the song titles do look like they're kind of alluding to like stages of a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, you know, "When You Sleep," "I Only Said,"
Exactly,
"Come In
yeah.
Alone," that kind of thing.
Yeah, but there's
That's
like
just a surface
hardly
level
any
observation.
lyrics. Yeah, exactly.
Hardly level any discernible lyrics.
Discernible
yeah.
lyrics, yeah.
And I haven't bothered reading into them because they haven't really
Neither
taken
have I.
away from it, not knowing what they're
Oh,
about.
I agree. I just love the sound of it
Exactly.
all. So there's been no want for me to know, because I couldn't sing along anyway. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Any particular song other than "Only Shallow" and "Soon" that sticks out to you?
The middle part of the album also sticks out because
Yes.
there's a lot of iconic sounds come through there. So like pretty much, "To Hear Knows When You Sleep."
"When You Sleep"
I Only Said.
stands out to me. Actually, "What You Want," which is towards the end, which I mentioned before,
Yeah,
also a standout
that
for me.
stands out. Yeah, "When You Sleep's" kind of iconic sounding as well. Like it's one of these things that's just like.
Is it the melody at the start? I
think so.
I can't do the tune. It's really, really hard.
I can't either.
Yeah, that sticks out to me.
That just like you just
I had to
ride
prep
on
myself for that.
That was
That's a decent impression.
like Loveless were performing in the room.
Exactly.
Just like that
There was
band
a-
Loveless.
Just like that band, that one band, Loveless.
Yeah, that band. I'm very tired.
We're professional on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We know what we're talking about.
Anything but professional. Professionally challenged.
Professionally challenged, vertically challenged, all the things. Oh,
We ain't
God.
called musically challenged for nothing, boys.
Yeah. So, a thing that you were alluding to when we've been listening to this album ahead of this podcast a little bit was that when you jump into this album in the middle sometimes, you struggle to find a distinct thing about the songs, because the album goes through like a very different like emotions and phases and stuff. But like songs that are next to each other, you said you felt were kind of bit similar-ish.
Yeah, I mean, I as much as there is variety on this album, incredibly memorable sounds, because this is such like an album experience.
Yeah.
I still can't discern like exactly what the name of the song I'm listening to is when like a certain part of it comes on.
Yeah.
I've listened to it like a couple times now. I don't know a single name of the song. I don't know like any.
Yeah.
I can't link like any song name to any sound. It's just like I just know that the album My Bloody Valentine by the band is like a very, very enjoyable, trippy experience.
Yeah. And I think it is easy to enjoy as well.
That's what I like though. I like albums that you can just stick on and like whisk you away to another world.
Yeah, I agree. And I think this album's been so well put together for all the sounds that it's got layered up and stuff. I think I read somewhere that they'd spent a very long time producing it.
Yeah,
it doesn't surprise me.
Which it wouldn't surprise you.
Yeah, just getting like to get all the levels of everything like completely perfect.
Yeah.
So many different things going on.
And so part of the brilliance, I think, to do with how long they probably spent putting it together was like they managed to get these really, really iconic sounds somehow in the mix. So like this is what helps me personally. So the reason why I can sort of maybe not tell the names because I don't remember the names exactly, but know like roughly get a feel for where I am, and like most of the time I actually can guess the track name, to be honest. But the reason is that there's just these iconic sounds that you just associate with certain songs. Oh, I do anyway. Like for example, on Only Shallow, you hear the beginning of Only Shallow, you know it's Only Shallow.
The start. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, it's the start of the album, so yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same with what's it called? To Hear Knows When, I think. And no, When You Sleep even. It's the same with When You Sleep for me.
Yeah.
And certain tracks like that, Blown a Wish, the upbeatness, that really I'm sort of memorise that.
Sometimes it's the kind of like really low key with really, really quiet drumming in the background bit. Yeah,
that's it, yeah. So like that's the sort of thing that really sticks out to me. And it's interesting that they stick out because the album is so hazy that when they do come through with something, it like is perfect. Like for the song, it's like so iconic.
Yeah.
Which makes me get the feeling that this album is like heading towards like masterpiece level.
Oh, it is.
Which is what a lot of people think.
It's there.
So that's what I'm saying. This is the reason why, one, this invented observing shoe genre, sort of, you know, and two, why it's been a classic for so many people for so long.
Yeah. The 90s was a great decade.
It was.
90s kid.
Yeah.
The heckin' 90s kid.
No, I'm genuinely looking back. I think the 90s is my favourite decade in music.
I love living through the year 1991. It was really good to live through that year and be alive.
My favourite so far is 2010s because, you know, drones came out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
actually, though...
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
2010, what a year. Blimey.
You got drones, you got... drones.
you got an album by Flying Lotus, which we're going to do in future as well, actually.
Yeah, but you got drones.
Yeah,
and then you got drones.
That was overshadowed though, wasn't it, by drones?
Well, what wasn't overshadowed by drones?
Yeah, whole decade.
1975.
The 1975.
Not bad. Kill yourself.
Kill yourself.
Kill yourself, straw man I just made up. Take that.
Damn, we've got some murder going on this podcast. Stone Cold Steve Samwell.
Absolutely roasted that straw man, which is not good because straw is very flammable.
It is indeed. I don't want to burn. Don't burn me, please.
I'll be careful around your bed.
Yeah.
Though it's soggy enough that it won't catch fire.
It won't catch fire, but I won't wanna get into my bed for a long time.
No.
It's gonna need sanitising.
Yeah. Bleach it up.
Bleach it up, boy.
Boy.
Oh, that was a big tangent. I don't even know where that came from.
I think we've done this album a very good amount of justice.
Yes.
So
I think so.
go listen to it.
I think just listen to it. It's really hard to describe it.
Because it's the message up. Every single classic we've talked about, just listen to it.
I mean, we choose the classics for a reason, right? So there must be some reason why we sit in this fucking room doing a fucking podcast for an hour every
This
week.
is definitely one that's like instantly very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you don't have to keep on listening.
But there's no particular message to it that requires the repeat listen.
And it's like not so abstract and out there that you've got to like get used to the sound.
Yes.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
It's just lots of fucking guitars.
Like there's
some
still like little sounds that I pick up on that I like
There's so
haven't
much to
heard
get
before.
lost in.
It's so detailed.
There's like a lot of...
It's so dense.
so dense.
Every scene is so dense.
There's so much going on. And he picks up that little guitar pedal of his. Anyway, George Lucas memes. Yeah. So, but this album's got a strong meme following, so that's a good sign.
We've seen Yola before, but we've never seen him pick up that little green laser sword of his and go to town. Shut up, George Lucas.
He knows what he's doing. I want George Lucas back. Make more Star Wars films,
made
George.
3 beautiful films. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh god. What a man.
No, it's been amazing. I'm pretty sure this is in like the very very small set of like entry level hipster garbage.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure it's it's like this, Merriweather Post Pavilion.
Yeah.
Neutral in the Airplane Over the Sea.
Airplane Over the Me.
Kid A, Lift Your Skinny Fists.
Yeah.
And Ocean Man.
It's a very good album. I listened to it today on the bus. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So shall we?
Entry tier.
shall we move on? Sam, what have you got lined up for us?
Stillness in Wonderland by Little Simz. Simz.
With a Z for that extra edge.
Which is her sound is a fusion of grime and jazz rap, and it's
You really like it, don't you?
I do. I discovered Little Simz during revision week when I was looking for songs to listen to, and I had a playlist, or found a playlist on Spotify called Jazz Rap, and just was listening through it, and every time I found and sort of it was a song by her which totally stood out. I think it's called Wings, from her first album, which was released in 2015.
Research boys.
on the fly research boys. Here we go. Wings, which like I was like, ooh, this is better than all the other stuff. I'm gonna look at her stuff, and then I listened to her first album, and I saw she got a new album out.
Yep.
And gave that a listen, and I think I like it more than the original. It's
How often does that happen?
I'm not really sure what to say about it.
Really?
Really?
Like,
You're bigging this one up to us a lot.
I'm almost. I'm still trying to work out whether it's just because the backline themes are like it's about Wonderland, as in Alice in Wonderland. There's a lot of parallels.
So
You've got
it's like a concept album, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a concept album, but I'm not sure if it's almost supposed to be her To Pimp a Butterfly.
I think it is.
Yeah.
It's the Wonderland parallels it. I feel like she's talking about her experience growing up in London. That's what it sounds like to me. Most
I mean,
of
the
the time.
album cover
to me, I thought.
Yeah.
To me, my two interpretations of it are either she's doing like a weird concept album-y sort of mix of London grime scene and also Alice in Wonderland, or the Wonderland is her being rich after, or her being famous
that's
after
what I picked
the release of her first album.
Yeah,
Right.
I picked up on that. So like, the biggest theme that I found like in quite a lot of the songs was sort of like the trust issues she'd had. And there's a song called Doorways plus Trust Issues, which does spell it out. And then for the rest of the album, it sort of, that stood out to me as well.
Open doorways.
Among her, there are open doorways and trust issues.
Doorways.
Trust issues on the rudders of big ships. That makes about as much sense. It's good old Tom's lyrics. Anyway,
Tom.
so yeah, so I feel like it's what I interpreted as is basically a big concept album with Alice in Wonderland as the big like metaphor for her being famous now and carrying through these trust issues where she's not
following
sure.
the white rabbit.
Exactly. Got to follow the white
White
rabbit.
rabbit.
So yeah.
Best line on the album. Careful.
I did not being your reality.
Those interludes are kind of funny.
They are
I did enjoy those interludes.
Yeah.
But I think the one thing I love most about this album is just like the sound of it is so good.
It is quite a nice sound. I'll
And
enjoy it. I'll
it's
agree.
like it's a good mix of like you got saxophones, you got guitars on some tracks, and then other tracks you've got more sort of electronic and more produced beats.
Yeah.
Like the first track is very spacey and trippy, or the beat of it is very spacey and trippy. So it just sounds so good.
I only just figured
Sounds
out
so good.
today that LMPD stands for Let My People Down.
Yeah.
That took me a while to get, because that's the main mantra in it. I don't know if that I maybe feel like is her, like what Mike was saying about maybe being a concept of like her fame after the release of like her first album.
Yeah.
Maybe she like kind of sees that she's like kind of a role model now to like the people she grew up with or whatever. I guess kind of in a way that Kendrick did on his albums.
Yeah.
We keep talking about Kendrick. You were telling me that Kendrick said that Little Simz was one of the illest doing it or something like that.
Good luck.
That's high praise
It is high praise, yeah.
from
When you got
the best in the
King
game.
Kendrick.
King Kendrick. So,
Yeah, because I mean, there's another bit in one of the songs which follows that same sort of message, which is, I think it's like, yo, hold up, Simbi, what's gotten into you these days? When was it about the money? When was it about the fame? Which she then goes and responds about how it's always been about making money. Like, that's all, you know. So
Always been it.
But I think she does feel like a bit guilty.
Yeah.
Almost,
Well,
for being.
I won't say like she hasn't earned it. Like
Yeah.
there are people making a lot more money than her probably that do not deserve that money.
That's fair.
Chainsmokers, Coldplay.
Yeah.
But you know, there are some fantastic songs here. Like you said, the first song, it puts the sound out on a platter for everyone. As like, we're gonna have a little bit of this. We're gonna have a lot of this. It felt to me quite influenced by A Tribe Called Quest, all the jazzy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm thinking mainly some stuff from Low End Theory, which they did back in 1991.
That was 91. Yep. 91 boys.
Or was it 93?
That's last.
One of the two. But no, I also got some kind of Tribe Called Questy, like, you know, smooth jazz rappy flows on quite a few of the songs. Shotgun and Picture Perfect, actually. It sounded especially Tribe Called Questy. Maybe Shotgun more so.
Two favourite songs on the album, I've got to say. They are very good. Especially Picture Perfect.
Yeah, I think I
banger.
liked Picture Perfect. For me, I struggled to get into it a little bit to start with. The only reason being I'm not a massive grime fan.
Or hip hop fan.
Or hip hop.
I say this is more hip hop than grime, definitely.
Yeah.
I struggled to get on board with the lyrical content. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't relate to it, and Little Simz is like, she's put together a really good album here. Like, very, very talented. I just struggled to get on board for the first half.
You didn't grow up in Islington, though, did you?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. So, like, that's... I don't know, I see, like, I don't know, not quite for me to start with. And then halfway through, I think it was around Picture Perfect, I then sort of managed to, like, get it a bit more. Because that's a bit more upbeat and fast, right?
Yeah. I think the later tracks are more, like... You have the first sort of half, which is more sort of reflecting on ourselves and critical, and then the second half is more just sort of bangers and
Yeah.
following on with this theme of the whole like Wonderland thing, because you've got like King of Hearts, which is like
A reference to
a
Alice in
reference
Wonderland.
Alice in
to the
Wonderland.
Queen of Hearts.
And I liked King of
I
Hearts.
think it might be my least favourite track on there.
Oh, really?
It's the most overtly grime track.
The feature is questionable.
So I think, are you referring to Chip, the first one?
Yeah.
It's Chip and Get.
Okay,
some
so
of his,
Chip and Getz, they're both grime MCs. The thing about Chip is that I think
I can't get on board with grime.
he's got there's one line he says something like, I got Sims like a mobile.
Yeah.
Oh,
That made me cringe a
I
lot.
was just like, oh, come on.
And
Yeah, I think
I
I'm
don't
on the wrong
fuck
track.
with everyone because that's how you get AIDS.
That one sounds fucking
That sounds like it should be in a Young Lean song.
That's like a funny lyric, but you're just like, fuck off.
That belongs in a Young Lean song.
It doesn't fit this
Don't
at
fuck
all.
with everyone,
No,
that's
actually,
how you get
that was my
AIDS.
problem with King of Hearts. It was almost like too grimy and too aggressive. Like Gets featured towards the second half of the song. Again, it was almost like too gritty and grimy for the first half of the album. Because then right after that you get Bad to the Bone, and it's a little bit more of the kind of jazzy sound.
But it's still like, I don't know, it's still aggressive, but it's sort of, it feels in line with the theme of the album, whereas
Yeah.
King of Hearts just feels out of place.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So I kind of personally thought the album could have been a bit shorter. I don't know.
It's
if that's
fairly
fair.
concise. I mean, it's 45 minutes.
That is fair.
It doesn't go past.
Yeah.
It doesn't drag, I don't think.
So like, I think I just had a couple of problems that probably mean that I wouldn't listen to it that much. But that's mostly because I'm not a big like rap fan for the sake of just fast flows, because I just can't.
That's why you
get
can't
into
get
that.
into grime.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
grime is that, but with an annoying London accent. I can say that I've lived near enough London, so I'm not super into that. To
They're
start
much
with.
more refined in Surrey.
Ew.
I don't speak like that. I don't speak like. I'm trying to put an accent on that. I'm trying to cover it up.
Don't speak like that. What are you chatting about?
What are you chatting about me?
Man can't chat like that.
Exactly. Anyway, I do find it kind of funny sometimes.
It is funny.
It's just I've grown up in an environment where I was at school and it's like kids that were like clearly middle class, like trying to be like that, and I just like cringe so hard. So I just like I can't get on board with it.
Cut that shit, fam.
But like this album was good at getting me a bit more on board with it, because she's like genuinely quite a good like artist.
Oh, she's a good storyteller.
I agree.
Actually,
That's
I
the
think.
thing.
She's a good storyteller, and I've kind of taken this album, or the songs on the album, as vignettes that all roughly follow the same themes. But I haven't like you say, like the interlude tracks where there's kind of all the parallels to Alice in Wonderland. I still haven't quite pieced together exactly what kind of the narrative of the album is, if there is like a linear narrative to it. But I mean,
I assume it's all mostly metaphor.
yeah,
basically,
absolutely.
for her
upbringing.
rise,
Yeah, sure.
upbringing and rise, and then being surrounded with people who aren't on the same meteoric
Yeah.
fame path. But yeah, you know, I just personally felt like the themes of like the whole, like I said, trust issues themes was a big one, and like meteoric fame rise. I just felt like it was dragged out slightly too long for myself, but that's probably because I mostly couldn't get on board with the grime stuff.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I wasn't super invested in vocals and lyrics anyway. But that's just me shitting all over it because
You're just bigoted against hip hop.
yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe-
I'm
maybe-
gonna say
maybe
no
we'll go on
more
you.
because I don't want to be the bigoted one, but I am being bigoted here.
How long did it take for you to appreciate Death Grips after I told you about them? 3-4 months, was it?
Yeah, I
Alright,
mean, I don't.
We'll give it a bit more time, and then you'll be into hip hop after some great recommendations.
Yeah,
I mean, if Young Lee
I
does it,
I
then.
love Death Grips. I love Lee. I love Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
To be fair, yeah.
I like
Tribe Called Quest.
Kendrick. I like loads, but anyway,
Tribe Called Quest.
Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels. Yeah,
Tribe Called Quest at the Grammys was so good.
Oh, they were, weren't they?
they're really good.
Busted down.
Love
Buster Rhymes came in. I love
Yeah.
his like his stage presence as well is so
Yeah.
just. Don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
He's just a
I-
great guy,
yeah.
isn't he? I remember
I was
first.
kind of worried that people would like hear it because they did. What song did they do?
They played with the people, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's
They
it.
played.
So
Which was a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But, yeah, but I feel like people like wouldn't understand it. Like,
because
it's
there's
all
a
like
level of...
all you Mexicans, Muslims, and gays, boys
Yeah.
hate your ways.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like praying that people don't get triggered. I'm like,
Yeah,
please
exactly.
realise it's sarcastic.
Yeah,
Please,
yeah.
people got triggered when they did like the Black Lives Matter salute.
There was that bit, and then there was also a line which I thought
course
was
they
quite
did.
funny, where they referred to Donald Trump as President Agent Orange.
That was good.
Love that.
Yeah, that was good because they were talking about how it was like Buster Rhymes. And
Yeah,
so,
he was
like,
having a rant.
Agent Orange tried to get the Muslim ban. It's like, and then went straight into We the People. I'm like, yes,
Yeah, it was good.
so good. Tribe Called Quest, yes, and also good. It was nice to see them pay respects to Five Dog.
Of
They had
course.
like
Yeah, that
had
was
the
well done.
microphone on its own with the light shining down, and when they showed like when Fife's part came in, everyone like
Yeah.
bowed their heads, and they had like a picture of like Fife Dog as like a saint,
Yeah.
like projected it up. I was like, oh, that's cute.
Those are true friends.
If them be true friends.
Then be real friends.
Sam would never do that for
No,
me if
I
I offered
wouldn't.
myself in a
I'd-
freak wingsuit gliding accident.
Just nick your microphone. But yes, boys, the podcast just got better. Let's talk about memes.
Meme challenge, for
It's
fuck's
just-
sake.
Let's just fucking sing Ocean Man for 60 minutes.
I'm not opposed to that.
Oh shit.
Man.
Sorry, 2 episodes in a row, we should probably not.
We'll be on to waving my dick in the wind, like full on, next episode.
Yeah, fair. Can guarantee. Can guarantee I'll wave my dick in the wind next episode.
Okay, that might go at the start instead.
Yep.
Got some candidates in.
Indeed. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had any more thoughts to add about this album?
so.
I mean,
Just that
go
listen to it.
I think I prefer the first half to the second half. I don't think that's necessarily because of like the stories or the message. I just think there are better
Yeah.
songs in general. Shotgun as well,
Yeah.
which we mentioned before.
Oh, so
one of
good.
my favourites.
The only thing that I get sometimes annoyed with is like on the songs which are like something and something. Usually one of the songs is like not as developed as it
Yes,
could be.
I
And
agree.
that annoys me
Yeah.
because
Doorways and Trust Issues, actually. I think
Yeah.
Doorways was a little bit undersold.
and like
Yeah,
Wide Awake.
I agree.
is, like,
Yes,
the
Wide
sound-
Awake's too
The
short.
sound of Wide Awake is like so good.
but it's too short.
I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
give me the song, and then like 10 seconds in, it's like, next one.
Wide awake. And then
I just
then you hear the alarm clock and it's just straight into
Fucking-
Shotgun.
unlimited blue balls.
Oh,
It's
God.
like fucking Jar Jar Binks over here. The Battle of
That's a
Gunga.
prequel, me.
Gunga.
Gunga.
What is it? Naboo.
Naboo.
It's the Gungans
Gungan people.
on Naboo.
Versus the whatever, Republic of whatever, robots.
The super bombads.
Super Bombad Fighter. Prequels.
Jesus.
We done them, boys.
I think we're fucking done. I think we're well and truly
Pretty
done.
hungry.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't fucking care about you.
I expected to be hungry now, so I guess I ate too much for our game here.
Fat shit.
Late dinner then.
Get the fuck out.
No, to be
Yeah.
fair, you've got a good point. I did
Yeah.
have probably one too many biscuits.
How many biscuits did you have exactly? What was it?
13.
13.
You count them.
You had a baker's dozen of biscuits
Yeah,
and you
5
counted.
digestives, 8 bourbon creams. That's, it's 13.
But how do you know?
How do you know that?
Yeah.
You tallied them.
Pour them in your mouth.
You can't do it with a
You
digestive.
just slice it open with a knife and just shove it all in your mouth. That's what you do.
That's genuinely how I beat you.
So how I
Just deep throw your
digest it.
biscuits.
Yeah.
I cut down instead of opening
Katana out.
With your katana.
Teleports behind them, apologises for
Yeah,
what you're about to
while
do.
you were
And then just,
while you were counting
I'm sorry,
biscuits, I
McVitie.
was studying the blade.
with all due respect, counting to 13 isn't like that
and then-
arduous a task.
We do computer science and maths. 13.
So write a program for that.
Yeah, but counting to 13
While you're
with
eating
biscuits
biscuits,
while
yeah.
you're eating biscuits, now, mate.
You're the person that has like maths questions written about you. That's what you
What,
are.
in textbooks at
In textbooks at
GCSE?
GCSE.
Julian has 5
Julian
biscuits.
ate 5 bourbons and 8 digestives. How many biscuits has he eaten?
Didn't even
Julian's like,
listen.
oh, I know.
It's the other way around, it's 5 digestives and 8
Exactly.
bourbons.
Whatever.
Listen,
Anyway,
not even a true friend. Don't
That's
even
fine.
remember how many
Fine.
fucking digestives he had.
Oh, fucking Fucking hell.
What are we talking about next week?
We're going to revisit a recent favourite of ours.
Oh boy, I'm so glad we're going to do this finally.
And we're going to trigger some people as well.
Yep. They're going to get heckin' triggered.
What are we doing, Mike?
We're doing Viet Cong, boys! Oh boy, I love this album. This is like one of my favourite albums to come out recently. In the past few
Definitely.
years. So I cannot wait to hype about it. And want to talk about it, but be hyped to talk about it, you know?
Of course.
It's gonna
And
be
then,
good.
coupled with that, we're going to talk about possibly the most fucked up album I've ever heard.
Okay.
And I've got a week to get used to it.
I've listened to the
See,
first
this is
half.
why I warned you a couple of weeks ago, and
but
you're just like, no.
I'm halfway there. I've listened to the first half. I need to keep going.
Yeah, first half's the best stuff. Swans, soundtracks for the blind.
Indeed.
Just all manner of
Aye.
messed up and voila.
Weird thing.
But a classic and really goddamn good.
Exactly. So we'll cover it all on the next episode of the Music Challenge Podcast. Smash
Right, Sam?
that motherfucking like.
Oh, for fuck's sake,
Smash that
Mike.
motherfucking line button.
Like and subscribe. Bro fist Hitler.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm going to stop now. That was a YouTube controversy.
Don't be associated with Nazis.
Yeah. Too late for that. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.